know that there will be triggers though. And just because you're forgiven doesn't mean that it's forgotten. So all is forgiven, but it does not say all is forgotten. Okay? Our Heavenly Father is the only one that can blot something out. And so if that's a prayer point that you have, perhaps he can do that for you. Perhaps he desires to do that for you, because he can if he desires to. But perhaps he will do that for you if that's a prayer point. If it's just so many triggers and you feel like you're led to do the right thing in reconciling with your spouse, then that's something that you could potentially pray for. But forgiving does not mean forgetting. And then know that there will be triggers, and this is why it's imperative to be consistent with your dating, with making sure that you're showing appreciation, that you're adhering to the values, that you're measuring up to the actual bars that have been set for you. And then this requires nursing the womb, guys. To simply put it, this requires nursing the womb of a deep cut that would have been fatal had it not been addressed. And so this is why you're not being bitter. This is why you're not housing the anger. Instead, you're working on releasing it, because bitterness will eat away. You don't want a bitter heart, because a bitter heart can lead to you sinning. It can also lead to great loss. And so you're already grieving. You don't need more loss. So make sure that you are nursing the womb of a deep cut that could have been fatal, or could have been severe. And so severe to the point of having to have reconstructive surgery. But at the same time, instead, you're choosing to rebuild something of a new facet. And so then the next component is timing is of the essence. Don't think that you have time, because he or she can have patience, but when the clock stops, that's usually the put a fork in her and call her done. Okay? You take your time, you procrastinate because you think you have all this time in the world instead of doing the work. You want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. This is the real world. You don't have your cake and eat it too. Not from someone that has values, morals, and knows and understands, and has actually taken the time to process, understand their worth, understand their value, who's willing to give you a second chance if you show up and you pre-qualify, if you show up and you're willing to put in the work, if you show up and you're able to be consistent. And so it requires that nursing of the womb, and time is of the essence, because you don't ever want that clock to run out. And so women,